When they first started out, one of the features of his character was that he did not like children. That was supposed to be somewhat funny, but like kind of a quirk of his. In fact, he actually talks to his first officer, Will Riker, in one of the early, I think the very first episode. He's like, Will, you're going to have to help me. I'm not good with children.
So he's a dick.
No,
Keep
he's
going.
just he's awkward. He's very awkward around kids.
I mean, okay, keep going.
And one of the ways that the writers and directors move that character forward is giving him a relationship with Wesley. So
Shut up, Wesley.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I know things. For everyone who thinks I don't, I know.
she has heard the references.
I have.
Shut
Okay,
up, Wesley. That's probably the most famous.
keep going.
If you watch the first season, it's pretty rough. He and some of the other characters too keep referring to Wesley as the boy,
Well, at least they're not oppressing anyone.
but
Oh,
he's the son of a former crewmate of Picard's former subordinate, actually Jack Crusher, who
Was he
was
killed
married to Beverly Crusher. Yes, who was killed.
by Picard?
No, he while under Picard's command. Like Picard had to send him out to do some repairs, I think, on the hull of a ship, and an accident happened, and Jack Crusher was killed.
An accident,
So he was indirectly responsible for the death of Leslie's father. So he has some guilt over that for sure. But
but
he's
not
also awkward
enough.
with kids. But over time, like over the first 3 or 4 seasons, as Wesley is pretty much only on the series for 4 seasons, if I remember correctly, his relationship develops, and they drop in an episode from time to time where Picard has interactions with Wesley. And one of the final ones is actually a really good episode. It's right before Wesley is going to go off to Starfleet Academy, and he and Picard and one of the crewmen get stranded on a desert planet, and Picard gets injured. So Wesley has to help Picard, and it's not easy. One of the things is not easy for Picard is to show vulnerability.
Hold
So
on, pause. They're on an island.
no,
On the
desert,
island,
like a
a
desert
desert.
region of a planet.
Okay, on the in the desert, and character development happens.
Yeah, so by
In
this
a,
point, they have had a number of interactions over different episodes, and they've slowly been developing somewhat of a mentor-mentee relationship.
okay,
Initially, both of them are afraid of each other for different reasons. And by the time we get to this episode, and through this episode, their relationship grows even stronger. As Picard has to be vulnerable, he has to receive help from Wesley, while at the same time still
okay.
demonstrating leadership. But that strengthens their bond, and he talks some about how, if I remember correctly, how he's going to miss Wesley. As he goes off to the academy, and he tells him effectively, that he's proud of him and what he's done. So that is one way in which Picard develops, like through his relationship with Wesley, and then some other. They throw in another episode where Picard is literally trapped in a turbo lift, the elevator for the Enterprise, with 3 kids. While the Enterprise is going through something, he's not sure what's happening because they're just stuck in a turbo lift, and he has to lead them to safety. He has to get them out of the turbo lift. They have to climb up a ladder, like up a long tube. It's very dangerous, like a equivalent of an elevator shaft. And he's there with them. And I believe he got injured in that too, if I'm not mistaken. So he's helping them with these kids while he's also injured. He has to find ways to reassure them. But at the beginning of the episode, he's like very awkward. You can tell he's not comfortable doing that. Um, but by the end of the episode, he has built some rapport with the kids.
Okay.
And they pick up on the theme of him and children in the first movie that they'd made that came literally right after the series ended. His nephew dies tragically in a fire, and I've used up most of my time talking about Picard.